What's up, guys? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG, and we topped the regional with a Sunavalon Adventure deck. It was a very fun deck to play. I think, as you guys know, I took this deck to the Hartford White CS and made it to day 2 with this. So I revamped it. I felt like it was a really good meta call, and it performed absolutely phenomenal. We actually had 3 team members top: Najee, Shane, and myself. So Najee and Shane played Kashtira. I think Shane's going to be posting his Kashtira deck profile tomorrow, as well as I'm going to be posting my deck today. It was really fun. It was a great time. It was over 500 people, so it was a massive regional. So being able to top with that level of competition, a lot of high-level competition, really great. Had a really good time. Got to talk to a lot of people. If you saw the hoodies, you could come up, talk to us, say what's up. So a little recap of my rounds. Round 1, I played Nat Runic. I beat that. Like I said, it's probably a good time to promote our How to Beat series. In our How to Beat series, it talks about how to beat these other meta decks. And with 3 of us topping, obviously, you can go check that out. So Nat Runic, being able to bell the Shuffleback, obviously stopped him down. And then Kurikara was insane in that matchup because at Kurikara, his Cheng Ying, and I had 20 banished cards. He had some banished cards. And then at the end phase, I was able to take back his Cheng Ying and then go ahead, swing for game on the next game, obviously. But yeah, Kurikara, crazy in that game. Round 2, I beat Hero. Round 3, I lost to Kashtira. It was unfortunate. Round 4, I lost to Flew Under Ease. But here's the thing about this one, okay? I lost to Flew Under Ease, but games 1 and 3, I got Featherstormed. All right, what are you gonna do? Nothing. Literally nothing you can do. I got Featherstormed game 1 and game 3, and that was it. Game 5, I won against Ninja. Game 6, I 2-0'd Cash. Game 7, I 2-0'd Tearlament. That was actually crazy. I broke an insane board going second game 1. Really huge. Round 8, I 2-0'd Cash. Round 9, I beat Sword Soul 2-1. Actually lost game 1, came back, beat 1 game 2 and 3 against Sword Soul. And then round 10, I unfortunately lost to Kashtira. But overall, X3, one of those losses being Florundery's Featherstormed, game 1 and 3, which is that. So the deck played really well. I'll go over some changes that I should make. I will make probably in the deck, and I'm really excited to bring this to you. So without further ado, please make sure to subscribe and get us over to 3,000 mark. We really would appreciate it. And without further ado, let's dive in to a Sunavalon Adventure deck profile.
House of Cards TCG.
All right, kicking off the main deck, we're gonna play 1-1-for-1. 1-for-1 is really great because it can bring out your Loki, or it can also bring out Laurel, depending on the situation that you're in. So you definitely want to play 1-for-1. And spoiler, we're playing Small World, so our whole deck is packed with monsters. So having to have a monster does not come up in this deck, but 1-for-1 is really good. I played 2 Painful Decision. A lot of times I side these out, but for game 1, I am playing this. I might consider, moving this card, but obviously this is a 45 card deck, so you need to get to Loki. Painful Decision, really good. You send 1 normal monster, level 4 lower normal monster to the graveyard, and you get to add 1, so obviously that's your level 1. And then we're playing 3 Unexpected Die. Unexpected Die is crazy in this deck, and it forces, usually nobody ashes this, but a lot of times, like if they birth your Loki and they banish it out of your graveyard, a lot of times you can still normal summon, so having Unexpected Die is crazy. And also, side note, this is a thrust target. So when you go second against a board like Kashtira, you can Lava Golem, or you could do something like that and then have Unexpected Die off thrust to be able to go into it. Of course, we're playing the boss man himself, which is Genius Loki. Loki's crazy. I mean, it's the best normal. It's a 1-card combo that creates a huge inboard. So this guy is just crazy. Phenomenal card. It's crazy. My nemesis, all right? This is a 45 card deck, and I purposely ran 45 so I would not see this card. Now, if you have Unexpected Die, or 1-for-1, this card obviously doesn't matter because you can just normal summon this after you have Dryas up, and it's the same effect. But sometimes you have Loki you need to normal summon, and you have this guy in your hand. I don't know. 45 cards, and I still see it. It blows my mind. So I'm probably going to cut down because it doesn't matter. I still see this card, and we still played through it, obviously. There's some hands that were weird, but that's why we play other engines in our deck so that we can actually, if we brick, we can just play through with some other engines. So Sunseed Twin, when it's normal summon and you control a Dryas, you get to bring back a Loki from the graveyard. So that's really important there. And then Twins, other effect that is actually I use a lot of times is you could banish this and a Link monster from on the field, and then you could special summon back a Link monster that you have 2 of in the graveyard. So what I would do with that is I would set up my Link 4, right? The Dryantia, and then you could banish, if you need to go into like a Rose Girl, because I play Rose Girl, you can normal summon Rose Girl, link it off for a Dryas, banish the Twin, banish the Dryas, bring back a card like Melius, then Dryantia, contribute the Melius, and you could pop 3 on your opponent's field. That's if you've gone through your Bengal Lancer, obviously, or if you need to have your Bengal Lancer. So Twin's graveyard effect came up a lot of times, and nobody saw it coming. So like I said, you banish this and a Link monster on the field, and bring back 1 with 2. If you have 2 of a Link monster in your graveyard, you can bring 1 back. Like I said, a lot of times I bring back Melius. Then Dryantia can tribute the Melius, and you just pop 3 in your opponent's field. They never see it coming. So Twins graveyard effect is crazy. I just wish I didn't see it in my hand as much as I do. For one-ofs, 1 Laurel. This is obviously searchable. 1 Rose Girl. 1 Naturia Rose Whip. You don't want to see this card because you want to special it off Jasmine. Jasmine's effect, you tribute, and then you can special summon a plant from the deck. You bring the Rose Whip. And then I play 1 Lone Fire Blossom. Lone Fire Blossom is our Small World Bridge, and I'll show you some Small World Bridges that you could do. This card right here allows you to grab anything in your deck. It is crazy. So Lone Fire on its own, and also, sometimes it comes up where you can just normal summon it, tribute it, and bring out Loki. But unfortunately, with the Adventure Engine, if you activate right, you can't activate the effect because this is a normal summon effect. But Lone Fire is still really good, and it's a bridge. I don't mind opening up Lone Fire, especially because you have 1-for-1, you have Small World, this can grab you a hand trap. So there's a lot that you could do with Lone Fire. I don't mind opening it up as much as I do opening up the Twin, of all things. And then also, a way to full combo is if you open up one of these 2, which is Rose Girl and Laurel, or if you open up one of your, or Lily. So if you open up one of these 3 in your hand, they're not bricks, because one of these 3 allows you to go even further combo with not using your Bengal Lancer to link off. So you could actually then have it in the graveyard if it gets outed. So you actually kind of, in a weird way, want to see one of these 3. It's really good, so that's just a little something with that. And then for the one-ofs, obviously, I play 1 Sowing and 1 Bloom. No Shrine. No second sowing. I never thought to myself I need a second sowing. Just 1 is fine. And if you open it up, it's not the end of the world. I mean, you don't want to see these, but it's not the end of the world. Again, it's a 1-card combo engine. So the other 4 cards in hand, you can open up a brick, you can open up a hand trap, you can open up the Adventure Engine, you can open up the Therion engine. It doesn't matter what the other 4 cards are. It's a 1-card engine. You just don't want to see Twin, obviously, if you have to normal summon Loki. But yeah, I know it seems like there's a lot of bricks, but it's not, because the rest of the cards don't really matter in hand. They're just defensive cards at that point. I started with 2 Lilies. I upped it to 3, and the reason why is because the way that you set up an Omni Negate is you either open up Lily with Loki, or you can open up the Adventure Engine with Loki, or Small World with Loki, or the Adventure Engine with Small World, or something in that nature. But you could actually normal Loki, link it off for Dryas, and of course this is, you kind of get hurt by Imperm here if they Imperm your Dryas. But then you could go Lily. Lily can then go ahead and grab Loki. You tribute Lily, grab the Therion Coliseum, activate it, grab Regulus, summon Regulus with Lily, and you're putting up an Omni Negate in front of Nib. The only thing that kind of loses to is like a Valor or a Imperm on the Dryas, but that's, of course, if you don't open up the Adventure Engine, because then the Adventure Engine, you're going to go ahead and pop that off first. So that's just 3 of these. On top of the Adventure Engine, you open up 1 of those engines, and you're able to put up an Omni Negate. Then, of course, we play the Regulus and the Coliseum. That's just standard. Lily can also come out later on in the combo. So the end board, you're still ending on the Griffin. I'll do a combo, but you're ending on the Griffin with the Regulus. So double Omni Negate as well as just a crazy end board. And then for the Adventure Engine, I know mixed rarity. I'm working on it. 3 Enchantress. It's a monster. This is a monster-driven deck, so you want to see an Enchantress. 2 Rights, because again, with Small World, you can do 3 Small World, 3 Enchantress, and 2 Right. That's 8 ways to get to your Adventure Engine. On top of having 3 Lily, that's 11 cards in deck that allow you to put up an Omni Negate in front of Nib. So with that, I only played 2 of the Rite of Aramis here, and I want to put 3 Enchantress in. Then, of course, you have your one-of. So, again, not the end of the world if you open up one of these cards. Not ideal, but I know it seems like a lot of bricks, but it's not because it's a 1-card combo deck. That's it. So the other 4 cards can be anything. And then the most broken card in this deck is Small World. Small World absolutely makes this deck work. And the reason why is because with Lone Fire, you can bridge into anything in this deck. Any monster in this deck, including a hand trap, get you to anything in this deck. And I will literally show you the bridges that make this insane. And then because of on top of that, we main a Kaiju and a Kurikara. Again, Small World, get you these 2 cards. This is how I broke that tier limit deck, was I was able to search out Doggeran, and I was able to just tribute stuff. And you could also search out Kurikara against Kashtira. So if they go with the Zone Lock, right, you could Small World, grab Kurikara, wipe everything on their field. Or if they just go with the Arise Heart, you Small World, grab Kurikara, and you just deal with it. It's absolutely crazy. I am going to change some ratios in this deck, but I'm definitely still going to play Small World and main the Doggeran and the Kurikara. Now for the hand traps. I played 3 Ash Blossom. It's generic, you have to play it. Again, sorry for the mixed rarity here, but we play 3 Infinite Impermanence. This card was insane. My round 10 against Kashtira, I opened game 1, I opened 2 Imperms, and first action was set rotation. What are you going to do? I mean, those things are going to happen. It's unfortunate. And then for your flex hand traps, which I'm going to change, I played 2 Bell and 2 Mourner. It's just more monsters, and I wanted to go to 45 because the deck is still really consistent at 45, as well as it was supposed to prevent me from opening up Twin in my hand, but that obviously didn't happen. Here's the thing about Mourner and Mansion, is that the Bell and Mansion, Bell and Mourner, these sounded good in theory, and Bell did come up crazy against my Nat Runic matchup, but the rest of it really wasn't that good of a card. I'm probably going to take these 4 out. And Mourner, my thought with Mourner was, okay, so if I can hit Sarah with it, which of course Valor can as well. I can hit Sarah. It works under the it works under Shifter. I can, if I 6 card open it, I can still use it. If they go standby, bring out a Fenrir, I can go ahead and Moonlit and hit the Fenrir. It's good in time, obviously, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be grinding out with some decks. And I thought that it might have more application. And obviously, you know, like set rotation, you can still activate and stuff. But it was actually underwhelming, I'll be honest with you. One time, I think it came up in a good spot, but I'm going to go ahead and cut Moonlit. And I may side Bell. I think Bell is still good, but I think that it could probably get sided. If I stay with the 45 card deck, I think I might make this Gamma. You do a ton of searching up front, you know, Small World, Unexpected Die specials, 1 for 1. And you do a lot of stuff that are able to get hit with Ash. The Adventure Engine, you banish the Enchantress, you search right, you know what I mean? So there's a ton of searching in this deck up front. So against Droll and Shifter, I think I might, if I kept this at 45, I got to work on the Small World bridges. But I think I might work on this. This might be Gamma. And then I played 1 Call By because I hate Droll and I hate the Shifter. So real quick, I just want to show you the Small World bridge. So we obviously have Loki that we want to get to. Another card that we usually want to see is, you want to get to Enchantress. And then let's just talk about, I don't want to go into too much, but let's go into Kurikara or the Lone Fire. So here's the thing about these. I'm going to show you how. So Loki is a plant. These only match by plant. And then this is level 3. This can get here. These are only fires. These can get here. So literally, Loki or Enchantress can get you to any of these cards here. Even Ghost Bell, level 3, level 3. Mourner, level 3, level 3. So those cards can get you to any of these cards. Actually can get you to any of these cards here. So, like literally, any card in this deck can grab you any card in this deck. It's really crazy. The only difference here is Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom, you have to use Kurikara as a bridge, but then Kurikara can get you to Loki. Or you can use just any other card. There's many ways to get this. Ash is the only one that's, you have to use certain cards, but it's still really doable. But literally, and you're probably not getting rid of Ash anyway, but literally, any card in this deck with Lone Fire as a bridge can get you any card in this deck. It's absolutely insane. Came up a lot. So like I said, the only change is I would cut Mourners and Bells, and I would probably play Gamma. For the links, we play 3 Dryas. You have to play 3. This card's insane. You link it off, and then you get to grab the Sunvine Speller Trap, and then you full combo. We play 2 Healer, because 2 Healer comes up. And my MVP is 100% Thrasher. So you bring out Thrasher, you target a Link, you can usually get Melius. Again, you can use Twins effect. If you have a Loki in hand on your follow-up, you can use Twins effect. If you can get, if like, let's say you have Rose Girl, right? So you can get out Rose Girl, link it off for a Dryas, use Twins effect, then Twin can go ahead and banish the Dryas, bring out Melius. Then you can just go into Thrasher from there, Thrasher target Melius, gain attack, and then you can Melius if you have another one, you can attack again. But also, its other effect is broken. I think a lot of people forgot about this. If you destroy a monster by battle, you can special summon it to a zone a Link monster points to, and your Dryantia has 3 Link zones pointing down. So I was able to actually crash it, hit an Infinity, and I was able to actually take the Infinity. You can crash over a Barone, then you can go ahead and special the Barone to your field, and then you can just swing for game. I hit into an Arise Heart, I specialed the Arise Heart back to my field, and I was able to swing for another 3,000 for game. So Thrasher's other effect, where it special summons from the graveyard, is how you're gonna go for game. This guy is MVP, 100%. Thrasher is crazy, and a lot of time, if they were gonna rip from my extra deck, they would rip like Bengal Lancer, or they would rip Jasmine. This guy alone clears boards and OTKs. And what they didn't realize is if they hit Thrasher, then that probably makes me a little more challenging, but then I would just go for Bengal Lancer, of course. But Thrasher, MVP of the game, of the day, for sure. 100% my favorite card. 2 Jasmine. I play 3 Melius. The reason why 3 Melius is because in the combo, you're going to go through 2 Melius, and then you have another one for follow-up, and that's what I talked about. You're going to go Melius, bring back Loki, and then you could go ahead and link it off for Thrasher, and that's how you're going to go for the game. And then they never see it coming, so 3 Melius, I like that ratio. Is great. 2 in combo, 1 in the follow-up for the OTK. I played 1 Bengal Lancer, 1 Dryantia. This searches the Sunavalon Speller Trap, as well as you get to tribute a Link monster and pop cards in your opponent's field up to its Link rating. I use that effect a lot. I would use that effect a lot, actually, even going second. So what I would do is if I was able to work through their board, I could go Dryantia, and then I could bring out a card like Melius, or I could bring out Bengal Lancer. Then you could tribute the Bengal Lancer. You could pop 4 cards on their field. So you could pop cards like the Adventure, the Birth, the Field Spells. And then you could go ahead, Bengal Lancer, bring back, and then still swing for game. So even going second, I still would make Dryantia to pop, and also just have Dryantia on the field. This card is crazy. It doesn't make sense because it has 0 attack, but it works. And then also going first, Bloom. Bloom allows you to activate the effect that this card gains attack equal to everything it points to. So a lot of times in combo, I'll have Regulus, I'll have a Thrasher it's pointing to. The Thrasher a lot of times is at 4,000 attack, and then you have Regulus at 2,800 attack. So this card just gains 6,800 attack in damage step. So in damage step, you activate Bloom, boom, you swing it for 68, then you swing for Thrasher for game. And then flex spots were Ossa and Donner. I like Donner a lot because Donner clears itself out of the extra monster zone. So you can clear this up, and then you could go normal summon Loki, go into Dryas, because Dryas has to be in the extra monster zone. So Donner was really good. Ossa never came up, and I think I'm going to switch that out for an Omega. So that way, if my opponent hits me with something, I can Gamma them, and then I could go ahead and stop that. That's down 1 card. Then I could go Omega, rip another card from hand, and I still have my whole field to still combo off. So I think I'm going to switch Ossa out for an Omega. And then for the side deck, I played 1 Ghost Spell. It came up against matches. If I didn't play any Despia, otherwise I would have sided in. I sided in against the Nat Runic. That's okay. It was okay. Nib, I put Nib in my side deck in case I went against Dark World, if I went against Punk or Dragon Link or some kind of combo deck, and I didn't, so I don't even think I ever sided Nib in. I may have sided it in against the tier player, but that was it, so it didn't really come up. Droll came in a lot. Even sometimes I felt like I would droll my cash opponents and they would actually stop them in their tracks, and I was able to, if you pair Droll with like an Ash, you can droll them on the Unicorn and then Ash the Theosis. It's a turn skipper. It's phenomenal. So Droll was really good. I'm going to keep that in the side. I played 1 Lava Golem. I don't know if I ever actually sided this in. I think that I'm actually going to put more Kaijus in the side deck. Even though I have Small World and I have a way to a Kaiju, sometimes I just want to see more Kaiju. So I think I'm going to up to 2 Doggerans in the side deck. Or I might switch it up. I might play like a Sticky Kaiju with the Doggeran because they're both Small World targets. The Sticky Kaiju being Earth, you can also use that as a way to get to different things. So I might actually put Sticky Kaiju in so that way I have 2 Kaijus. And that way, if I can sticky them and then I can summon Doggeran to my field, it's just a big beater. It's a 3,000 attack monster. So I definitely think I'm going to side that out. I'm going to take that out and put more of the Kaijus in. I play 3 Triple Tactics Trust. This card's crazy. Side this in going second against the Kashtira. They activate it. You can search anything in your deck. You can search Right, Small World, or you can search Unexpected Die, depending on what you're missing. So yes, you can actually thrust, grab Small World grab Doggeran tribute over their Arise Heart. And so that with Doggeran, 3 thrust and 3 Small World, that's 7 ways to get to a Doggeran or a Kurikara, depending on what you want. Again, and if I up my ratios in the Kaijus, I'm going to see them even more. So thrust was really good. And then thrust targets, I played 1 Harpy and 1 Talent. Never really sided that in because I didn't really play back row. And 1 Talent because Talent is still crazy when you see it. I might play more Talents. I didn't actually think that this would come up, but it's a hand trap format. I think sometimes I wish I had Talent. Maybe Talents would be good in the main deck over... because we don't play Prosperity, so we could draw over the Mourners or the Bells. I just have to look at the monster ratio because of Small World, but I like Talents. I mean, people are on hand traps, and it's still really good, and Arise Heart activates and different things. And then, sorry for the mixed rarity, I'm working on getting the secrets, but 2 Cosmics, that was for Nat Runic or even Flunderees, I cited that in. So that is the deck. And then I think I want to do is a separate combo video. Maybe I'll post that later on in the channel. So make sure to subscribe so that you can check out. And I'll go over a combo video of how I comboed off with this deck. We'll do it more in depth because I know this video is dragging on. I appreciate everybody for watching. It was really exciting to see 3 of us top the regional. And again, I appreciate if you guys subscribe to the channel. Check it out. Check out our How to Beat series. Obviously, we show you how we beat these meta decks. And with all that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful day. This has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG signing out.